It's not going.
All right, we're live. Tapping
You're
Birdie,
good.
FedEx St. Jude Championship. Here with my good pal Matt Gannon, three-time guest of Tib this
Three?
year.
Oh,
Three,
this year.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
I'm talking
what the
about all
first
time.
event. I don't know what the first event was, but we were on for Travi. I mean, who could forget? And obviously this week.
Probably some bullshit event because you used to have me on for the bullshit events. But we're here.
And
No, I think
then
it was a Hawaii event, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, maybe it was Sony.
It might have been Sony. That's a kind of a cool
Yeah,
event.
yeah, no,
Bermuda.
Sony was sick this year, honestly.
I know.
So
Vibey,
how are
actually.
you tonight, dude?
We're good. We're good. It was a long weekend, a lot of golf to watch and a lot of golf to sweat, but I'm happy that we're back on Eastern Standard Time Zone
Yeah.
because I just did like all those all the whole stretch that we did and then the women's Olympics last week. So happy to wake up at a normal hour to watch golf rather than waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to sweat matchups on golfers I've never heard of. So we're back. It's good to be back.
Yeah, or like pound Lydia Ko minus 800 Group D
Yeah.
winner, like going into Sunday. Like,
Shout out Jeff
sometimes you
Feinberg.
sometimes you need a little break from those things and just like watch and enjoy golf like a normal person.
Yeah, Lydia Ko Group D winner was just I thought everyone
It was
would have me
mortal.
on their
I
card.
mean, she didn't lose to anyone. So like
No,
how
yeah,
could
it
it have
was
lost?
right. Yeah, it ended up paying some bills. So happy that one got to the table. But it was a rough weekend at the Wyndham, so we got to move on.
Yeah, no, I mean, lots to go over. I mean, this is, one of the greatest nights in Twitter history. Trump and Elon doing a space. Doesn't seem like anyone could get into it. We had some connection issues to start the pod, but we seem to be all good now. So I don't know if I could really talk shit about their space. Just given, my Wi-Fi has kind of just been in and out a lot recently, and that's something we're gonna have to figure out in the off season coming up here.
Yeah, run your models. You're gonna figure it out. You got a lot of time left to dial that back in. I'm sure it won't be a problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're kind of, itching towards the end of golf season. It genuinely sounds cliche, but it really did feel like the TOC wasn't that long ago when we were all gearing up to start the season. And it's like, yo, like, kind of have these three events left. One isn't really an event. We have like two regular tournaments left, and then it's, we're taking a month break, and then it's Sandy Farm season. So I mean, it is crazy kind of how quickly this season has kind of gone by.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very absurd season just from I mean, we're a few years out of live, so, like, we're kinda used to that stuff now, whereas, like, the first year of live, it was an absurd season, but now it's, like, it was an absurd in different ways, some crazy winners. Pete Malnati won a real golf tournament this year,
Yeah.
like, we can't
People
forget things
forget.
like that. People forget, so, yeah, I mean, it was fun. I'm happy that we're in the playoffs now. I'm excited to get on with these 3 events.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the playoffs, it's a true it is what it is situation. I think the first two events are pretty solid. Like, I mean, one, they're elevated events. We've had those all year, so it's not like that much different. And honestly, I don't know. I mean, I have personally, I don't know if you have been, but I looked at, I've been looking at the FedEx Cup rankings. It's hilarious. It's
Hilarious.
truly so funny to see some of the names and being like, how are they 38th on the season? Like, what did they do?
Everyone sucks. Like, everyone
Yeah,
is bad.
no,
Every player on tour is bad.
I like that take a lot because you just kind of look at the rankings and it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, there's a lot of crazy ones. I mean, some of my favorites, Shane Lowry 10. Like, not quite sure what Shane Lowry has done this year, but he's 10th on the FedEx Cup. He's been the 10th best player on the PGA Tour this year. Like, that one is great for me. Pavone 16. I mean, he didn't even win an elevated event. That's what I don't get. Like, he
Yeah, it was
had one win,
that
whatever.
California stretch, he just was just, like, lights out, and that was all of his points. As he got the win in at
Insane.
tour,
And
and
I
then
guess
played
US Open, he got some points there. But I mean, people forget Pavone was leading the FedEx Cup for like 2 weeks.
People do forget, and I found out why. I'm not sure if you listened to the pod earlier. Why Shane played last week because the top
Okay.
10 get the extra $1 million bonus for the
He was
Comcast,
looking for the Comcast
and he
business
was
score
10th
top
going
10.
in, I believe. So he had to hold it, and he didn't play well enough to hold it, but he got lucky. I guess no one else was able to jump him based on how it hashed out. So
Will
Shane did what
you
he did.
will you Vic lap you and Adam questioning why he was there, even though I think you bet him?
Oh, I'm Vic lapping that bet. He
Okay.
striped it. He striped it.
Okay.
I mean,
Just couldn't buy a
bad beat.
putt.
Couldn't buy a putt. I mean, it's Shane Lowry. We'll move on to the next week. He tripled his odds. Why not go right back to him? Striped it. So I don't. I'm big glopping that bet. Because as you know, if we bet in the strokes gained tee to green market, we would all be rich on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't win them all.
Like Tom Hoagie 21. When has Tom Hoagie been relevant in a tournament once this? I literally don't think he's been relevant in a tournament one time this year,
He's
other than Travis.
he's 21st. Is that a fact? He's 21st.
21.
That's hilarious.
What are we doing here? Like, I mean, and this is kind of where it's like you kind of have to look at like who's let out. Like Cam Young being the first guy at a tour championship, that's fine. Corey Connors being the first one, and like I'm okay with that. Like Pendy being in, hats off, man. Like you can play your way in, but there are some big names that are not going to be at the tour championship. Like there were a lot of like mid to, kind of like one step below like elite golfers that are just not going to be in it. Cam Young, Fleetwood, Homa, Fitz.
There's a few
Tom
winners
Kim.
that aren't in the playoffs too, which I thought was kind
I
of
think it's just
interesting.
one, and it's
Is it
Davis
who is it?
Riley. I
Chris
think it's
Scott
just
or up?
Davis Riley.
Chris Scott or up?
He didn't make the playoff. Yeah, but that was an alternate field event. I don't think that counts.
Still a win. I mean, still a
I know,
win.
but it's an alternate field event.
All right, no, you're
But
factor
like
fiction.
again, I don't think anyone cares. But I think the playoff it kind of works a little bit. To be honest, like I think it's a dub.
Just
I
ask
don't
Rory.
think
Yeah, it works. It works
I
tremendously.
don't think this field is missing Davis Riley, Andrew Putnam, Kirk Kitayama, Luke List, Svensson, Keith Mitchell, Glover. Like, I actually feel like those are kind of the perfect guys to be let out. I feel like if all of them were in, it would kind of diminish the field a little
I agree.
bit.
70 is a good number. 70 is a good number. Like I like where the cutoff is. I wish Andy Noves would have got in there, but 70 is a good number.
It's very doable. Again,
Yeah.
like sitting
Like
from my couch watching. It's really not that hard to put together somewhat of a decent season and get in the top 7.
I mean, on a course like this, and I mean, no matter what course they're playing, the 70 to 125 guy. I mean, more like 50 to 125 guys have no chance to win.
Yeah.
So like, why even have him in? So 70 is fine. I'm no beef with it. And then down to 50
Castle P next week. You're headed out there.
heading out
That
there
would be
Sunday
sick.
night.
How did this plan come about?
Boots, man. Just we have to hit all the courses that are one-off courses. Got to give you the content. So we will
So
be
you're
heading out
ripping
there.
Rado.
Ripping Rado, yeah. Getting the Airbnb in Douglas County, I believe, and we're gonna play some G. Yeah, it's gonna be a good week.
Are you gonna be like a ripping driver like 290 or what?
I mean, that's what people are saying.
Like pitching wedge like 160 out full P? Like I'm just ripping a full P here. You don't hit your irons that far, no beef. But
I don't hit any of clubs that far, so
you hit your driver pretty far.
It's 260.
You hit your driver fine, but you definitely aren't like super long with your irons.
I'm not long by any means. No.
Like neither am I. Like true, no beef. I'm just saying. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I would
hitting 160 P wedges.
No, I wouldn't. I'm excited to see what the conversion is because shout out Arcos gives the nice conversions with the wind and stuff. So I want to see how they do in like altitude and stuff like that to see what my like 150 shot downhill is playing at altitude. So I'll give you the updates on that.
So what days will you be at Castle P?
Tuesday through Thursday. There's no practice round available for Monday. Okay. So Tuesday, Wednesday we'll.
And you're going to the tournament on Thursday.
I think I'm gonna go to day one because
you should.
I mean, 50-man field. I'm gonna be out there. I don't think it's gonna be like crazy busy. So
no, I think you could watch a lot of golf. Like I think it will be good.
Yeah.
Do you have any early leans for Castle P that you can disclose?
I can say that I think the worst pick on the board is going to be Tony Finau. I think it's going to be like the most obvious.
Are you just because I said that like last week on the pod?
You said that last week on the pod?
Yeah, me and John said Tony Finau was winning BMW.
Did you actually?
Yes.
Is it because of like the Utah and stuff?
No, he just like playing well, and like he shot a 59 on an elevation course like 2 years ago.
Yeah, like his home
I don't think
course.
it was
I
the
mean,
same course, but I remember Big
yeah.
Tone like
I just think
shooting
it's
him
gonna be
ridiculous.
super. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Finau, like a home game. Like everyone's gonna play. He's hitting it well this year."
Is he even
Uh,
from Colorado?
no, he's from Utah.
Same thing.
Close enough. Mountain West. Come on. So I know I don't have any early leans yet. I'll get you
But
the. I'll get
Tony
you.
Finau's not winning. You're laying down a
No,
money
I
line.
just think this. I can see him like being most tipped next week. I'm
Okay.
envisioning that.
But
I
like
kind of thought that all
should
year.
do well for Bombers there. Like it's 8,000
Eight
yards.
8,000 yards. Yeah. So I mean, it has to. But we'll get there. Will Zalatour's early lean. He won in Colorado.
Yeah, no, who could forget? But he did not get to -20.
Everyone knows that. But he
I
has
mean,
twice now.
but
He has
everyone
twice now.
knows the first time he got there was Kapalua,
Yes.
2 years ago. I mean, it was a true where were you moment.
True. It was like that. The two where were you moments that year were that and when Xander won to get the 7th in the FedEx Cup after the Travelers that year. You know what I'm talking about? Because like the audio when you're walking into the Travelers and Xander Schauffele moves into
And he
7th.
moves to 7th in the FedEx Cup. No, that was a great call
Yes.
by Nance. One of his
Yeah.
it was on par with Return to Glory. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
similar to that, or Phil defeats Father Time. It was like Xander moves to 7th in the FedEx Cup standing. I mean, it's a true like, but it also gives good context because it's like, he's like far and away second in the FedEx Cup this year. You know what I mean?
And it's just
Like
so funny
there were
that like,
times he was fighting for 7th.
they play that on a loop in Cromwell probably all year round too. It's like
Russell
gymnastics.
Knox
Yes,
wins the trap. Like, I mean,
it's so good.
Travi legit
Feature
movie
film.
this year, other than the fact that Tom Kim 3-putted twice to lose in the playoff to Scotty Scheffler. Like, other than that, true no beef with the week. Had great pizza, played good golf. Like, that was when I was peaking.
You did play really good golf.
I was playing well there. But things have been. I think we'll do a little golf update at the end of the pod if we ever get there. I'm
you want to play tomorrow morning?
I can't. I'm going to Saratoga for a work trip, so I'm golfing with work tomorrow. Going to the track on Wednesday. I bought a 6 suit. Bought like a light blue suit, like white pants. Like gonna get a fedora.
If you have any locks, let us know. Like for the
so we're like getting like a suite, and there's like it like says it like comes with a it comes with a handicapper. So there will be like a dude in there that like will tell you how to like bet on horses and who to bet on. But like
that
I
is
can't
a crazy job, and you have so much pressure if that's you. Because I wonder what like the narrative is about the guy. Does he tell you like, oh, bet on this horse, or he just tells you like what to do? Because he probably doesn't win.
He's like, no, I like the 7 here. Like I like the 7
like,
to show.
I can imagine like everyone in the room like, dude, why are we listening to this dude? We haven't.
But I have some connects that are DGen sports bettors, horse bettors. So I'm gonna be like trying to. We're gonna do okay. Like it'll be fun. But I'm hyped for the next 2 days, so that's why I'm having some wine tonight. I'm not working tomorrow. I'm driving up to Saratoga. So we got some good things on the horizon. Going to AC, going to Jersey on Friday.
You're going to AC when?
Going to AC Friday. With a couple buddies. Got a comp room. We're gonna just lose a lot of money on blackjack. No,
you bring your clubs.
Just like quick day trip. No, we actually might go play Pine. PV. Might hit Pine Valley quick. I know.
If you decide to bring your clubs, let me know.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Wyndham Championship last week. Aaron Rye is your winner.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I declared Aaron Rye the winner of the Open Championship. Tried to do like a little Harmon situation, like trending ball striker loser with like a bunch of good finishes. He did not win the Open Championship, but he made the cut. Al Vic. And then, I think if you were watching golf, if you were betting on golf, it was like, Aaron Rye is playing really freaking good golf right now. And he learned how to putt. Always been a great ball striker, couldn't putt. Historically, everyone knows he was most tipped at the Canadian Open. I think he finished decent. Good result at the US Open. Played well at the Rocket, played well at the JDC. And then it was kind of now or never for you, Aaron. Like short course, shit field, accurate off the tee, great iron player, good putter. Like this is kind of it for you, Aaron. And for whatever reason, books put him out at 40-1, which, I think wasn't
Yeah,
not
great
even
number.
hindsight 2020 it was a crazy price. Like, I don't think he should have been 20-1, but 40-1 was very generous. And I think as golf bettors, that's all we want is, like good course fit, good recent form, like good number. Like that's what I want to bet. And he obviously fit all those boxes. So it was great to see him win. I think a true, like, he really deserved it. And the way he's been playing, and he's a very talented golfer to, get that win on the PGA Tour. Shout out Tommy Fleetwood. Like,
Shout
it's
out
hard
Max
not to
Rosen.
be happy for Aaron Rye.
Yeah, it was. I mean, most hip got theirs. They get their 1 win a year.
Yeah,
So
like you'll
happy.
Vic that it's only happened once so far.
It happens. It's happened once the last 4 years. So, shout out most tipped. The chart did their thing. Got their 4th winner of the year. First most tipped winner. Not a big deal. We move on to the playoffs, but it took a lot for it to happen. It took a lot for it to happen. What was your thoughts
Yeah,
watching
no,
the golf
like
tournament?
bogey free, like -6 final round. Like he really like limped it in and like played terrible down the
I'm
stretch
not
of the way.
okay. I didn't say that. I did not say that. It. What are your thoughts on Gray's the situation?
Well, like I like
Because that might
Graves,
have been the most colossal like loss of the season.
but he was luck boxing so hard until
I
that
okay.
fly.
Yeah. No.
So
Aaron Wright deserves it. I'm not saying he
like
doesn't. Aaron Wright deserves
I,
it.
I think the way Grayson was playing, I think
It was
that
due to
it
happen.
led to the potential for him not to win, where
I
he
agree.
was like barely gaining on approach and just making a zillion putts and like just kind of,
And
you know,
Rye striped it all week. Like
yeah,
all
like
week.
Rye was a truly like generational iron a week, like genuinely. I didn't really watch the first round on Sunday. I was golfing. But even on like Friday, like Rye was just hitting everything to 50 inside 15 feet.
Yeah.
And
The
he made
PGA
a
Tour made a
couple putts.
graphic about it. They made a graphic about
Yeah,
how well he was hitting his irons like
it
on
was
Friday.
insane. And he made a couple putts and shot -5, but it's like, yo, like he kind of left a few out there.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing on Sunday. Obviously had that stretch on the front nine where, made 4 birdies in a row, stuck it decently close, made a bunch of putts. And then, I mean, he missed like 2, like 5-6 footers. But I'm not going to say like, oh, I knew Grayson was going to blow it. Obviously, I did not think that. But he was making everything he looked at. And I don't even think the hole out eagle was like necessarily lucky. But obviously,
Shot.
if it was an inch to the right, he would have had like whatever, 10, 15 feet for birdie. Who knows? And obviously, he got unlucky with it hitting the cart path. But
Still a
I
bad
don't think
shot.
I've
Yeah.
ever lost track of like what stroke a golfer was on Sunday afternoon. Like I genuinely like didn't know what he was putting and chipping for.
On that hole when he was
When he made
making
quad, I
a
was like, what? I don't even want to know. I'm not going to try and do the
yeah.
math, but I did not know what he was putting for.
Yeah, some bonehead decision making after he went OB. I mean, obviously that drive that he pulled in on his second tee shot, his third ball was whatever. But him taking a club that was long enough to get into that bunker
And they
was just
talked about the bunker.
absurd.
They said like 96 to the bunker or something. Like they
Yeah,
talked about it.
but in between shots, I did not like the dynamic of him and his caddy. His caddy wasn't really saying much or doing much. Like, all right, Max, let's do this. Let's do this. Head up. Like he was just looking forward and carrying his bag. So I don't know if that's their thing, but whatever. But stroke gain caddy is huge in my opinion, and got to notch a few down from Grazerman's caddy because blowing a 4-shot lead in that with that situation and doing what you did, you gotta have a better mental game and better conversations than that. So it could have been an easy 6-7 at most for like just if you talked about it.
Tough hole. I
And
mean, I said
hole, yeah,
earlier
yeah.
in the week, like I said earlier in the week, I'm like 14 is a joke. Like 14 is a
Yeah.
stupid golf hole. Like it's
Yeah.
just a dumb hole. Like it's just way too hard for the pro.
Way too hard.
Obviously, it worked out. But and honestly, like going back to the Rye thing, like yeah, obviously, like Grayson blew it a little bit, but I do think Rye played like a really good final round. It
And
wasn't
that birdie
like
on
a-
18 was nuts.
yeah, it wasn't like a Garrick Higo at Palmetto situation where like he didn't play a good final round and he just kind of fell into it. Like
Yeah,
he
everyone
knew
talks
what
about
he
that
was
round.
going up against. He really had no stress all day other than I think he had like a 9-foot par putt after like a birdie putt that was downhill, but he played exceptional golf. Like he deserved to win that golf tournament. I don't think
agree.
like where does it land on the scale of Grayson completely handed it to him versus Rye played like a really good final round and earned the victory?
I think it's probably 45%. More like 50-50 because Rye played so good, but sometimes, I mean, not sometimes, a lot of times a golfer plays so good and doesn't win.
Yeah.
Shit had to happen, and it had to, even if Grazerman made a few bogeys, he still wins that golf tournament. Like, what he did was just crazy. But Aaron Rye, no one hit it better than him. Like, he deserved it. So shout out Rye. Good call. Shout out a good community win. I mean, a community win's always fun. So happy you were a part of it.
It was a good win. Happy to get the money. Like we'll spend it for sure. Like,
did it pay out last night or did it pay out in the morning?
Paid out like immediately.
Okay.
RK hit it. I bet it for RK too. We like embarrassingly, I shouldn't even admit this. I've like never really hit an outright on FanDuel. I don't know why. And me and RK hit it for like 10K. And I was still down because I never looked. I was still down like all time on FanDuel.
But you crazy. You're making back up.
Like crazy.
That's a lot of.
But I've never hit an outright on it. And like people have bet shit on it. But yeah, just so the numbers were juiced. The numbers were nerfed. Like the strokes gain data from the Olympics, which is my theory I'm kind of running with. Right.
Oh no, there's the strokes gain data from the Olympics were so nerfed. But it's also because
no, like Andy, like we love Andy. He was like talking about how everyone had their best iron.
Every single player has like a peak week this like incoming. Every single player has their best like something this week.
Something's going on. We need to
I don't think they're juiced. I just think it was because it was a 60-man field and 30 of the players weren't real golfers.
You're so fucking smart, Matt. Like, yeah, that's it. That's why. But yeah, like everyone just hit the ball unbelievably well.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna use like fact or fiction. Their numbers. I'm gonna use them like in this pod. And like,
it was fucking going up against fucking Rafael Campos, dude.
And fucking Tapio Pokanen, who made a 9. He went into the water 5 times on number 15. Like, and the fucking Sharma and the other Indian guy. Half the guys were not real golfers, so
that's
the reason. And
that makes me. I was like, there's no way everyone had this good of a week. Like something must be up. But yeah, that makes sense. That everyone was kind of shit in the field. But yeah, no, the Olympics was good. Shout out Scotty. Shout out Lydia Ko. Should have been on her. You bet Lydia Ko at 40.
I mean, that was a great number. And I was with RK. I was thinking about doing a hedge going into the week because did you see our ticket that we had?
Yeah, I knew you guys had the Nelly Scotty double.
So we had the Nelly Scotty double.
You should have just bet everyone in the field.
I don't know if that would have worked.
It would have. Because you had a massive position on Nelly, so like basically like
I didn't know enough going into it, like who was good, who wasn't good. I mean, the Vincerix Discord had the guy who runs the LPGA account had Lydia Ko and like a 3-man card, so I should have just held that.
How did you not take?
I don't know, but I was thinking about like, all right, I'll hedge live if we get there, and I mean she was 2 back Friday afternoon, and then she rinsed it on 16, 3-putt 17. I was very upset after that because she was down to plus 140 to win the whole thing. Always seemed to clap a live fave. So
like Noves at 3M.
Noves at 3M. But that was some of the most unserious golf. It was like up there with like Rory level.
Yeah, I will Vic.
I watched so much of it.
I will Vic going into the week. I didn't think Nelly was gonna win. Genuinely. And like I knew you guys had the ticket, and I was like, is she really gonna win? Like Scotty, great call, but I was like, she's kind of.
I didn't feel strongly about it. It was more just like I thought she would be a part of the conversation. The field is shit. She should be relevant on Sunday, and like if she was, I could have put in a nice little hedge, but she wasn't. All right, Brian, is your headphones fell off? Did your headphones just fall?
I just turned my fucking fan on. I'm hot as shit.
Oh,
fucking
okay.
Sweating my shit off down here. Holy fuck! Probably the wine too.
Probably the wine.
I love Billy Horschel. That was
just
amazing. Guy. Like, first, nothing to do with Rye or anything. It was just fundamentally, as you would say, genuinely hilarious. Sunday afternoon, like Guy firmly in the mix, like final group. Billy being like, come on, get up there on Rise tee shot on 16. Like, it just absolutely killed me. And then after the tee shot, Billy walked up to them and he like gives him this like, come on. It was unbelievable. Like, just truly like I said, you could not have scripted better content. I love Billy Horschel. Like, that was just so much fun. Like, have you ever seen anything like that?
I mean, him literally giving him reads on 16 and 18, hitting him an inch behind Rye's ball was just hilarious. And not that he meant to do that, but it was just so funny because of the narrative that was already being in place. Like, he was like, Aaron, let's go. Let's go. As we know, Billy Horschel has infinite dog, can win in any form, in any field. And he lented some dog to Aaron Rye, who has notoriously zero dog. So shout out Billy getting Rye over the line. He noticed that Grazeman was not playing great golf. And then he
was Billy checking the fucking PGA Tour app?
If you see the freaking leaderboard, he has a 4-shot lead in the field, and you say, "Oh shit, we're both at
but Dottie was saying there wasn't a lot of leaderboards on, so I don't know.
I'm sure,
but Rye also asks Billy asking Rye if he wants to know where he's at is crazy. Like, that is an insane thing.
Yeah. No, that is an insane thing to do. Like
I understand cheering him on, but like, be like, do you want to know where you're at? Like, dude, if he wanted to know, he'd fucking ask Caddy. It's not your place. But other than that,
that was kind of a weird thing to say.
But yeah, Rye's Caddy being like, just play a good hole is hilarious. It's like when your friend is at 84 on 18th green and he doesn't know his score, and it's like, what do I need to do to break down? It's like, just put the ball in the fucking hole, dude. Like, it doesn't. And I'm a big proponent of that. Like, I don't, not that I like shoot super low scores or anything, but I don't like to know where I'm at.
Really? I'm the opposite. I like to know exactly where my score is.
And that's probably why you like double 17 and 18 every time.
Yeah, I do have bad finishes.
Like, you shouldn't know. You should just play, because if you have in your mind, oh, I just need to shoot X to shoot X, then you're probably not going to play well.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do have.
You're so locked into your fucking acro strokes gain shit. Like, you just got to put the phone away and write some fucking pencil to paper and like just figure it out at the end of the round.
No, you're. I'm not disagreeing with you. It could be a factor that I'm not limping. But I've been playing really good golf, so I'm not complaining. But the ends of rounds, like the other day, I had definitely a career best day, and I was 3 over heading to 16, and I finished 8 over. So I played 16, 17, 18, 5 over.
Probably not a coincidence.
But like, I knew where I knew where I was all the time.
That's
but
a little bit different.
And they were hard holes. Like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad. I don't think that's the reason why. I just think that I've been limping in recently. I've been limping in. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe I should switch up the strategy.
You want to talk some St. Jude?
If that's what we're here to do, then sure, yeah.
Like, I'm down to talk.
Yeah.
St. Jude, like, should be a chill event. Like, what are your overall thoughts about like the course, this event in general? Like, anything you're specifically looking for this week?
I love this week every year because people just make it like you don't have to putt well because Justin Thomas did it one time. Like,
yeah.
It's just funny. Obviously, you have to ball strike it well everywhere, but this is probably one of the courses where it's true. Like, look at the data golf profile. If you see green, that works here. Like, it's very predictable in terms of data golf green. Like any golf, Rick Run Good, whatever, Fantasy National, green is good. Like, you want the strokes gain ball striking. That will play at a golf course like this. It will be rewarded on the leaderboard. So, just ball strike it. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I mean, it is funny because like 3 historically terrible putters have like the past past 3 winners here have been
so annoying.
Absolutely terrible putters. Like,
I forgot.
Like, great ball strikers who can't putt. Lucas Glover, Zalatoris, JT. 3 different generations, 3 great iron players, great ball strikers that can't putt, and they'll won here. So I understand that. Like, to a certain
yeah.
Like, it's truly just made way for just elite iron players.
No, you're not wrong, and it's the nature of the golf course. So, I mean, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to bet guys who stripe and have that high upside you got to have the ability to gain 8 to 10 ball striking in a week. So I'm going with those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, and I also think like Wyndham as prep is good. Like I think it's a good course prep for it. Like Bermuda, same part of the country, like gotta hit the fairway, gotta get on approach. Glover obviously went back to back. We are still waiting for Adam to donate his money back after not being on Glover at the Wyndham, but betting him at St. Jude. We'll see if he could do that to Rye this week after being
He might.
well, Rye's like 45 now. I was like in at 60, but like 45, I'm out. Like I'm just not doing it. I guess the question of the week, to Scheffler or to not Scheffler. Historically, this is probably his worst PGA Tour course because he plays them all really well, and he just hasn't really produced a top result here. I think his last missed cut was at this event in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I have nothing else to really go at the guy for other than the fact he hasn't won a major other than the Masters. He's dispelled everything I've thrown at him. So I'm
I mean, you gave it a really good effort. You really did.
Yeah. And like Diva was like, "What are you talking about?" He got mad at me when I said.
I mean, they were kind of crazy things, but like you tried. Like
I tried,
you really,
and he was like, "Yeah, like I'll show up." So can Scotty win this week?
Yeah, Scotty can win this week. And I'm not I'm very honest when Scotty can or can't win. I will say I'm not scared to say he has no chance. I'll put my reputation on that. But I do think he can win this week, and I think he'll buck that trend of not ever top 10ing here. I think that will definitely be same with Xander. So I think that then both of them will have good weeks. They're just hitting it too well, too good of a golfers, and the rest of the field sucks. As simple as it sounds.
So are you thinking about betting the without Scotty market this week?
I did it one time, and that was at the Olympics, and I kind of loved it. So
I'll Vic inventing that.
Yeah, you might have invented it. So I am gonna possibly go back into that market. Obviously, it's Monday night now, so we haven't made any.
Yeah, you don't do your card till like Thursday morning at 5 a.m. So
yeah, no. Once the chart comes out, the card is made, so everyone knows that.
I'm pretty low on Xander this week. I said that last week at the Olympics. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna win. Like I'm obviously not gonna bet him at 8-1. Like no, I think people are like he might just be a major guy. He might just be Brooks Koepka, fade in regular events, like only betting the majors.
Oddly enough, this is one event that's held Xander in check. Like he's played here 6 times and lost ball striking 4 times. That's absurd for Xander Schauffele. Like he at least gains ball striking. Yeah, people say that. Yeah, so odd that Xander hasn't figured it out here as well as Scotty. So weird to see those top 2 guys. But the third guy on the board, what do you think about him?
Well, I was going to ask you because I could see a Rory 10-1 in your future.
In my future?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's been fine here.
Oh, he's been more than fine here. And I said my buy number was 9, and we're getting a 9.
There's a 10-1 on Bet365.
There's a chance I go there. So
I could see it with you. And it's a true no beef. If you bet him, like it's all good.
He feels like a bit of a forgotten man.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that. Again, I mean he's had success on Bermuda. You know, I think that, you know, what we just talked about, kind of being more an elite iron player. Obviously, Roy's a good iron player, but he's more, you know, like driver based. And he's not really in the like Lucas Glover, JT Zal camp. I still do think he can play well here. I mean, I guess, you know, after Pinehurst, like a little bit worried about, you know, his putting and everything. But I mean, do you think he has a better chance to win this week or next week?
Good question. I don't want to talk about next week too much because I try to not know about the course before, like, especially if it's a course we haven't seen. I'm not going to do too much research of it because I'm going to walk it all next week. So, I mean, just by default, I'll say this week because we've seen him. I love how well he's hit it here. He's gained 9 ball striking multiple times here, and he's got 3 top 7 finishes. So, like and then Rory on Rory courses, like he just plays well at, and it's his confidence, like. When he gets tentative over the tee and doesn't know the sight lines, when he knows the sight lines and just goes full send off the tee, that's when he's Rory McIlroy. So
I hope that after this week he could be like Hank Haney, like where were you when we won St. Jude? Like, where were
Right.
you in Dubai? Like, where were you when we won the tour championship? Like, I didn't hear you fucking talking shit about Harry when we won in Dubai. But one of my all-time favorite quotes from Rory, like, it's a direct quote. Where were you when we won Dubai? I mean, like,
when we beat Cam Young in Dubai. Like, what a fucking
like,
week that was.
where were you in Dubai? Truly just the most Rory McIlroy thing of all time. I was getting a good kick out of that one. I want to declare this. He might win this week. I'm going to say he's not going to win this week. I'm out on Colin Morikawa 12-1. I can't do it.
Tough number.
Just, like, it's been a while since he really has won a ton. And he has not won in America since the workday concession in March or April of 2021. Like, it's
Bermuda.
been a long time since he's won in the States. And yeah, he's always going to make sense on paper, and this is obviously a good course for him. I just cannot do 12-1 on Colin because I do not trust him with his finishing ability compared to the other people at those odds. He finishes way less than Rory, Xander, and Scotty. So I'm out.
Do you think that he will be popular, or do you think that people have had enough of him? Because he's been popular for a decent.
I think he'll be somewhat popular. Like, I could see him like filling up one of the later spots on the chart,
especially since you said 12-1.
Like 16, I think is like that was bettable, and I looked at it this morning, but I'm just like, nah, like. And I didn't, and I will Vic not feeling great about it at the Olympics. I knew he wasn't going to win, and I bet.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I'll Vic. Like,
yeah.
I'm just going to look because I don't care. And like, I'm not going to not. He is, he's pretty low on the tips chart. I won't tell you where he is.
Oh yeah, please don't. He's
not currently in chart position.
All right, that's good to know because.
But I can't do a 12 on him.
Yeah. Okay. I looked at him in the without market and I saw a 10 or 11, but I'm sure that's gotten lower now. Like I think that's a good bet without the top three guys. But the thing with Colin is I can see him peaking. Like I don't know if he's peaked yet. Like Victor Hovland, like he's coming in. Shout out Olympic stats off of his 2 best ball striking weeks of 2024. So like the Olympics and the week before were his 2 best ball striking weeks. Has he peaked yet? He's obviously the best player who hasn't won this season. So could he get hot at the right time? We will see. Definitely early on the considerations, but we're gonna have to see where it hashes out. But one of those 2 guys probably will be on the C.
Okay. All right.
Rory or Colin.
I'm just saying I don't really care. I will Vic lap Ludd being 22. Right? I feel like I can.
Wait, what did you do?
No, like because I was like, he should not be fucking 14-16-1 every week. It's bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I think he's a good bet at 22. If you want to,
I think it's solid.
Like I like him on new courses too. I like him on courses he hasn't seen.
You like him when he doesn't have experience in the course. Like he'll play better like that.
It's been working. Like
everyone knows that. I feel like every course is a new course for him. But regardless, again, I will go out. No beef with Ludd 22. No beef, I have beef with Ludd 15-16. No beef with the 22. I still don't think he'll win, but I'm fine with it. Pat Ice, playoff loser here last year. Famously, you bet him like every single week. And then the 1 week you didn't bet him was when he was actually closest to win. Thank God he didn't win. It would have been good for content, but I wouldn't want any pain on you. Was last year a blip in the radar because he hasn't really been good here? I don't think people necessarily think of Pat as a, Southeast Bermuda guy. I'm out. I'm not going to bet him at 25-1.
He's been better on Bermuda since he's moved to Florida. Shout out Jupe Life. But also...
Shout out Nikki.
Yeah, shout out Nikki for sure. Also, it's crazy. I think there's a bad number on Pat. But like when you look at the field, like really no one else deserves to be in that spot. So it's just funny that I just think it's a bad number, but the field is just so bad. But another nugget, Pat's coming off of his best approach week of 2024, which was at Troon. So he's hitting the ball well. Yeah, his best approach week of 2024.
He hit the ball better at Troon than Pine.
Yes.
Really? Surprising.
Yeah. I mean, he was there on the weekend at True, and he kind of just faded. But he was making every putt at Pine, and
I
he
had
was
him at Troon. I
getting
forgot.
up and down from everywhere at Pine. Like, actually, where were you when Pat got up and down on number 7 at Pine? That was one of the best up and downs I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Okay, but Pat,
And he played well at Pine, like Bermuda driving. Like he might be a Bermuda.
life. And I mean, he hits it well here every time he plays it. Runner up last year, I believe. So
Yeah.
it's a tough number though. I really don't think it's a good
so
number.
you're probably not gonna bet him.
And you know where he's really wants to be at. He's a BMW guy.
He's
probably prepping for next week, and I think we're gonna have to wait. Wait.
Okay. Tommy Fleetwood, no chance.
Does he ever have a chance? Maybe in the without Scotty markets, he stole my Olympic money. So
I mean, because again, Scotty Tommy duel was a bet you could have landed on at the Olympics. It's not going to happen again. The only way I would
felt the same about Tommy at the Olympics.
The only way I would deploy Tommy would be duel with Scotty, and that just happened. So I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. I mean, he's played well here. He's going to gain strokes in every category. He'll probably backdoor T7, but that's just what else am I going to say about Tommy? I'm not.
Yeah, last year, in all seriousness, was one of his most. It's kind of an underrated Tommy Fleetwood show because he definitely could have won last year.
Yeah, he.
I think he missed
golf.
Really.
Low-key, Tommy's kind of like a summer guy. Like, he plays good this time of year, and then he parlays it into the fall, and then he wins in Dubai. So you play Tommy. It's like the opposite of Max.
Where were you in
Dubai?
We're kind of going player by player. I'm fine with that for the time being. I like Decky off of bronze. Lost in a playoff here. Like, good Bermuda putter, good iron player. I in a vacuum, I don't dislike Decky 33.
I bet him at the same number at the Olympics without Scotty, and I think we're buying him at a peak now. You don't buy Decky at peaks. We saw that at the Masters. So
he's not quite at a peak, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, fair. But he hasn't hit it as good as he hit it last week since the Players. So similar style course. I'm down.
But Decky cares about the Olympics. Everyone knows it.
Decky cares about the Olympics. So I mean, that was a freaking good bet. I'm pissed that didn't win. Yeah, Tommy made so many fucking putts. I lost sleep over that. So but yeah, I'm out on Decky.
Russ 35, like I'm good, dude.
It's a good bet. I think Russ is coming off of the second best ball
everyone is
crazy.
Coming off their best.
It is crazy. Russ, second best ball striking performance of his entire career was at Troon. Career. Really? And he's been around the block for a long, long time. You and Andy are
fucking lying about these numbers.
And no, I'm not. Check the numbers. Second best of his career at Troon. Bermuda plays great here. 35 is a tough number. I like him in the without markets at probably like 28. I'm down.
Scotty Russ duel.
Scotty Russ duel is a good bet.
Oh, dude.
Go check the odds. That's right.
They might not have it on 365. I'll look. Talk about. No, I'm actually Hovland. I'm good on talking about Big Tone. I'll wait till next week. I don't think he's been really necessarily great here. Does he care about golf? No. Everyone
knows that take.
Like, I don't really know. And I agree with you. I don't think Big Tone is like.
I'm glad you agree with that take.
I don't think Big Tone is like dying to win PGA Tour events.
No, he's not out there grinding all week. He's there to make money and support his family. Like, and no beef. Like, it's
true, no beef. Like, he had what?
We're gonna take advantage of. Like, we're not gonna bet him. Like, we know. Like, we know Tone. Like, we're not gonna bet him. He's gonna make his money finishing T8 and support his massive family, and he loves them all. He's probably a great father. Shout out Tone. Do your thing.
We're pulling it out.
The dual
I'm
forecast?
hoping for a juicy. It's fucking juicy.
What is it?
It's a really good duel. Scotty Russ 90-1 duel.
Dude, I might bet that.
No, we're betting it. Come on. We're fucking betting it. That's a fucking really good duel number.
I'll bet it. Fuck it, I'll bet it.
Like, that's a really good duel number, dude.
I'm putting $1,000 on it. Scotty Russ duel.
Scotty Russ duel 90.
Okay, I'm down. I'm in.
I
I'm
bet
in.
Tom Kim 45-1. He's gonna be on the chart, so I understand it might not be
Is
your
he?
vibe. But look, hitting the ball really well, hit the ball really well at the Olympics. Obviously had a disappointing Open, still played well at the Scottish, but Travie, he really showed, a really good performance. And I think this is a good spot for him. He's won on Bermuda before, obviously elite iron player. 35-1 now, not a great number. Obviously 45 is better. So I'll Vic, but 45 is an easy bet for me. So that I bet Tom Kim 45.
I'm gonna give you a nugget to like it even more.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Olympics, best ball striking week of his career, and then Southwind
I'm
is the
done.
spot where he had the third best ball striking week of his career.
And
Combine
he
those two
was
together.
one back at first round leader last year. He kind of fell off. He might have finished
Everyone
20th,
knows
but
that.
everyone knows he fell off. He didn't. He faded late. Connor's 40 probably worst bet on the board.
What is? I didn't hear
Connor's
you.
40 worst bet on the board.
Connors is striping, and he's gained on the putting greens in 3 straight events.
He's coughing up his best putting performance of all time. No, Connor's 40 is a terrible bet.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely fucking awesome.
Scotty Russ duel.
90. I mean,
all right.
insane number. That also, is a gift. I like that is an insane number.
Want to hear actually a crazy bet? Scotty, Xander, Rory, top 20 parlays plus 150.
Are you betting like $5,000 on that?
No, just one. But that's plus money on top 20 in a 70-man field when half the golfers aren't real.
What are you betting on?
365. It's the only place you can't.
Can Sanjay win? 16-1 at Wyndham was one of the worst bets of all time.
What is he not? What is his number now?
40, 45.
I don't think Sungjae can ever win in like a real field. Like he's won the events that he's won were like baby events. I don't think it's a great number. He's always like short numbers. Like 40's even whatever.
It's not that bad. I don't think it's
not
bad
that
number
bad.
The way he's been playing in a vacuum. Sure, he can't win.
Yeah.
Shout out Willie, though.
Shout out Willie. I mean, Willie's just minting money playing caddying for Sungjae. So I don't think it's a good number. He has no chance to win. He could finish T9 and be first round leader.
I bet Billy Horschel 45. He's now 50. I love Billy this week.
No one will ever fault you for betting an informed Billy Horschel, especially on a Bermuda golf course.
Like 50-1. Like I don't even give a fuck. Like it's a good bet. Like he's been trending, and I don't even know how he didn't finish better at the Wyndham. Right? Like I feel like he played well.
Well, he finished T7, right?
Yeah, but still, like I feel like he should have been more up there in the mix. But I mean that Friday iron, I think you tweeted it. That Friday iron performance from Billy was generational.
Yeah, it
I mean, hole out eagle, like lipped out another, and like put another to 2 feet. I mean, he's hitting the ball really well right now. I don't know his history here. I don't care. 45-1 in this field, great bet. Prob on chart, don't care. Like Billy right now. No, Billy's in low chart position right now. So I feel
he's played this course 12 times and finished top 10 5 times. So that's good course history.
I mean, also Billy Scotty duel is 110.
I like the Russ one. Russ is a man who finishes second.
Yeah, and like he hasn't finished runner up to Scotty yet.
Everyone knows that.
And like Russ also could beat Scotty.
Should I actually
bet? Should we still win? That? What?
All right, those are my 3 bets for the week.
What?
The Scotty, I mean the top 20 parlay that I just meant, the Scotty duel, and Rory top 10 by himself. Those are 3 bets.
You like Rory top 10?
Rory's finishing top 10 this week, 100%.
All right,
100%. I'll bet. Know. I'm gonna.
What are the? I don't love that. He probably will, but I don't.
Minus 120 in a course that he finishes T10 at half the time, and he's in great form.
To me, again, I don't bet positionals like you.
I don't. I really don't either.
Like laying juice on top 10 is tough because there's just like so little
margin for error. But there's not that much. Dude, this field is bad. Like it's crazy that this is the playoffs. Everyone sucks.
I mean, I guess. All right, let's move a little bit. Rye 45, I can't do. I would have been in at 60.
No.
Like, it's not gonna happen back-to-back years. Thiegs, I could see a Thiegs 50 on your card.
A Thiegs 50, I think this is a great number. And like you bet Thiegs when the number is right. The thing that worries me is he's finished T13 here twice in a row, but didn't hit his irons well, and he's coming in losing on with the irons on golf courses that ask like 3M. It's a golf course with like water. I mean, is it like a visual thing? Him hitting into dicey approach shots, kind of stuff that you have here. But I wouldn't be shocked if he gained 3 on approach this week. Like I could see that happening. So. I'm gonna have to wait and see on Thiegs. I don't think it's a bad number though.
Just receiving word from RK. Trump comparing the guy who shot him to a 2-foot putt.
Wow,
that's what we were missing on the space. So that's pretty funny. Again I'm a little buzzed right now. JT 50 bet for me. Betting JT at 50-1.
Is this the first JT bet of the year? And where is that? 365?
It is 100%. It is on Bet Rivers right now, which is obviously like, a whole nother podcast. But let's see what he is on Bookmaker. I mean, he's 45 elsewhere. It's not like crazy. But the way he's been playing this year.
He always hits it so well here, too. Like, just straight.
I think he's 45 on BM. I'm going to bet that. Look. I think it's a really good bet. Course history. People are like, JT's been shit this year. He sucks. He's actually been pretty solid this year. Like, he's had a lot of like really solid finishes. And obviously, it's kind of a poo-poo in the potty situation. But JT, 45, 50, in my opinion, is a really good bet.
Where do you find dual forecasts? On
Bet 365.
No, where though?
Tournament.
Tournament.
And then you click on the different options.
The arrow, dual forecast. Okay, I'm betting it.
Player to win wire to wire, Russell Henley.
Player to win
350-1.
All right.
Do we pound?
What, 350-1?
You have 365?
Yeah.
In Jersey.
Okay. I placed.
Well, don't bet it yet, because I'm gonna have to bet, because the last person I fucking bet on 365 with owes me $2,000, but that's a whole nother podcast.
Really? What?
We'll talk about it later. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm in on JT. I really like JT this week.
Okay.
He's playing better than his results. The process.
It's JT at a course that he makes sense on, and
50-1.
Looks like he's grinding.
Yeah. Sammy B 55. Kyle says it's a sharp bet.
That's a great number, Sam B. And he's spotty with the ball striking, but you get Sam Burns on a course where it suits him well, and he can just gain infinite on the green. Bermuda, I'm down. I think it's a good number. Sam B can win.
Early thoughts are he will not be on the chart, so that could be a potential bet.
Sam B, dude, you're telling me too much chart. What about Henley? Is Henley gonna be on the chart?
Yes.
Really?
He is currently most tipped.
Russell Henley. Fuck.
Yeah.
That sounds like
you wanted to bet him?
No, but I bet the dual forecast.
That's fine.
All right, he can finish.
That makes sense. Like after a most tipped winner, like most tipped runner up to Scotty, everyone cries. I'm pounding that. So you have 365.
Yeah, I can bet it for you.
Okay.
I just bet it.
Fine. I think it's a good buy low spot on Lowry. I don't think he'll necessarily win, but I think it's a good course for him. 60-1. Don't think it's a bad bet.
Yeah, I think that's a fine bet. Like I'm down for that.
Wyndham Clark 65.
He showed a lot of freaking
attempt. Red State.
We are in a red state.
Is it a look ahead spot though? I know you like college football. Is this a look ahead spot for Wyndham Clark going to Colorado next week?
It very well might be. And I Wyndham Clark elevation. Wow, he can play really well there. But I mean, I'm happy with the heart that Wyndham Clark showed in
Shout out Powers. Powers convict.
Yes, he beat Colin Morikawa. So like, good week, Wyndham. Like I think you can only go up from where you are. So I think 65 is a fine bet. I'm always in the camp of you bet like the Wyndham 30s are the worst bets ever. Like a winner at 65. This man's won as many times as anyone not named the top 3 golfers in the world the last year and a half. So down.
I bet Straka 80. I
like
said
that a
I
lot.
was done for him after the Olympics Thursday morning. I said I'm never betting Sepp Straka again. I think he missed 3 3-foot putts, but he's been striping, man, and he's
And
a
he's
good
so good in
Bermuda
Bermuda.
putter.
So good in
So it's
Bermuda.
just like, yo, like I'm in at 80.
Good number. Yeah. And great number. I bet Sepp at the Olympics too. So I think it's a great number.
I don't know why Luke, shout out Luke, he's a good guy, just comes in here Vegas 110 without Scotty Royzander.
And look at
someone else.
the comment on
Vegas
the
170 with a dart.
Hey,
like,
G.
like Vegas 110 without Scotty Royzander. Like, obviously, bro. Like,
He hasn't made a cut at this course since like 2018. I don't think.
Everyone knows that. All right. You fucking don't know. Like, who do you like past Strep? Like, I'm done perusing you to tell me who you like. Who do you like down here?
This isn't a field where like a long shot wins, so I don't think it's not worth your time.
Glover was 90 last year.
Ben On and I think Ben On and Akshay I think are good targets down here.
Shea 90 is probably a good number.
And it's a great bounce back spot. Pendy, I think Pendy coming off back-to-back T5, striping it. Those guys can
Is
make
he a
some
Bermuda guy?
Not necessarily, but I think I don't think these guys can win, but I think they can make you money somehow. Like the Pendy, Akshay, or Ben On.
Like you'll put it out there that they could possibly play well.
Yeah, like I'll Vic if they finish T9.
Cole 125?
Dude, Cole this is a great spot for Cole. And I think Cole's my least favorite golfer on tour, but when he gets in those runs of like just striping it, like he just hits fairways and greens.
One of the most like
T8s.
least competitive, where did that come from? T7s of all time.
Yes, he's gonna.
Like how did he finish T7 last week?
Yesterday, the round 4, he went lights out. I think he shot like 7 under in round 4.
Yeah.
But rounds 1, 2, 3, he was like losing 4 strokes putting, and he was striping it. So he found something on the greens.
Wait, so he hit the ball well last week?
Very well, and he's been hitting the ball well.
Yeah. Char potential though.
Really? Like, why do people bet Eric Cole so much?
Again, I'm not gonna. There's fucking 70 people in this field. 25 to 30 are incapable of playing golf.
Well, why did I'm
There's
saying in general? Cole is always so popular every week. Always.
That's fair. I don't necessarily disagree.
No, the chart's live this week. There's only 70 people in the
field. Dude, Matt.
What?
I'm calling the number for you, man. We gotta.
What? The charts? What?
Oh, you just texted me.
Oh.
No, I'm not even joking. What the fuck? That's not funny.
We just talked about it. I said I'm
that's
making
like
my
genuinely not even funny. I'm being serious. You need to cash that out.
No, dude, that's hitting.
I'm worried. That's fine. It's another podcast. Ben Griffin 125, probably pretty solid. Like
if the tour played on Bermuda, if the tour changed its name to the Short Positional Bermuda Golf Tour, Ben Griffin would flirt with the Grand Slam every year.
I mean, like he does it. Like
does it
when he makes sense, he does it. Is how I feel about Ben Griffin. Like it's a true play the hit situation. Taylor Moore T5 last year, Red State election year.
Yeah,
I mean, how did he make the playoffs?
Yeah, he played all right at the beginning of the season, and he forgot about his irons like midway through the season, and he's still been bad with the irons. But
I mean, like genuinely, the fact that fucking Davis Riley, who won on the PGA Tour this year, is not in over Taylor Moore, who genuinely the only tournament I can remember him being relevant in is the Valspar, is insane.
Yeah, that is crazy because he's been so bad since.
And like at least like the guys, like the lower end guys, like won like Jaeger and Eckroad and Kirk and Nick Taylor
could play well,
and like Pavon, Malmati. Pavon is 400 to 1 in this field.
He gets zero respect ever, but I agree with the zero respect because I think he's unserious. But I think this is a decent golf course for Pavone to finish T19.
Okay. Like even like. just shout out Davis Riley, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
PGA
It's
Tour winner,
crazy.
Davis Riley.
He won and he didn't get it. I mean, it's just crazy. I think we ran through the field. We will Matt's card will be up Wednesday night at 4 a.m.
Wednesday night at 4 a.m. No, it'll be
he just got too much going on. He can't post his card. He's got a lot to digest. But we're at an hour. I don't care. I'm down to go a little bit more. I want to do a little State of the Union on our golf games. Matt and I both love to bet golf, but we also love to play golf. And we're like, average golfers, above average golfers. We've played quite a few rounds together. So I'm just kind of curious because you seem to be playing really well. I mean, you play a lot of golf, so like I would hope you're playing well.
Yeah.
Like you could just Tuesday afternoon, like, yeah, I'll just rip 18. What's the State of the Union on your golf game currently?
Yeah, I think my golf game is just a fundament, like it's just all reps because I play so much. I think if I play the same amount of golf as you, you'd probably be better. But I just play so much, so like I better be scoring and playing a decent amount. But I'm playing all right. I'm hitting the ball not very far, but I'm hitting a lot of fairways, and I have a shot that I can rely on. Like I'm hitting a fade off the tee 90% of the time.
Have you worked on, like, have you been aiming less left?
Yes, because I trust it more to not.
Okay,
because I'm not slicing. Yeah,
because I'll Vic. Because when we played in Connecticut, there were just a few times where you were just aiming way too far left, trying to play for a massive slice. And I'm like, dude, if you hit this somewhat well, it's in the trees.
Yeah, and like that would happen a lot. But I just got more confident that I wasn't going to slice, which I haven't.
So you're just playing power fade, late trivia.
Just power fade all day, like, and sending it, hitting driver. My shout out Tristan Lawrence. I have my driver that's cut down 2 inches, and it just ton of control with it. But the iron play has been so good. I've been
because I feel like when we played, that was the most impressive part of your game is that you really were like solid with your irons.
Yeah, like I've been hitting anywhere from 8 to 12 greens around, which is really good for me.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah,
I've been hitting greens. Putter is bad, really bad.
Okay. It hasn't gotten better.
The past 2 weeks has been better. I've been just changing up my lines. Adam helped me with like lining putts up, but it's been overall bad summer for the putter.
Like a lot of 3 putts for Bogues or
no, a lot. Like either sometimes, but I'm really good at lag putting, and I suck at 3-foot putts. I'm so bad
just
at
pick them up.
No, I can't because like they're not good. I know I have to get better at those. And sometimes, and I'm really good at chipping. Chipping, I'm really good at, but I don't make. I chip it to like inside 5 feet, and I miss the putts all the time.
So like tap and Bogue, like Vic.
Whatever. So
you're still struggling like inside 4-footers.
The struggles are right now inside 4 feet, and yeah, basically inside 4 feet is the biggest struggle, and sometimes a little bit off the tee. Off the tee is hit or miss, but the iron plays really solid. Around the greens player is really solid. Yeah. Like if I'm playing with the fairway,
like iron play, like will never do you harm.
Like, my iron play has been really good. I'm confident in it, and that used to be like I used to be horrible at iron.
Yeah.
So
no, that's great. I mean, it's the hardest part of the game, in my opinion. Like not even a question.
So what about you? You've been. I mean, when I played with you,
I got lessons in the fall.
You're a generational driver.
Like used to be. I was driving it really well, like normally, and like I really improved on my iron game, which was always terrible. Always had the big left miss, and for like a solid 2-month stretch, like I was hitting my irons really solid. It was like a really good par 3 player, and I don't really know what happened. I just like started the big left miss was coming up, was not hitting the ball really up in the air.
Gotta be close club face,
and I wasn't trending before LP. Like I wasn't playing well, and I knew I wasn't really playing solid. And then in LP, like, just really had, like, no game. Like, just really, like, and for whatever reason, the courses, and I'm not blaming it on that, but a lot of it were, like, kind of forced carries over fescue. And, like, sometimes I just hit my driver low, and, like, on a regular course, it's like, all right, like, whatever, it will run out, and I'll be fine, but it's, like, gone.
Right.
But irons were not great. Was just like not really getting them up in the air. We're like going left, like whatever. whatever. I was trying like shooting like high 90s like all week, like made a couple birdies, like no big deal, like played fine in the matches, like. But my biggest thing, and like watching Kyle, like shout out Kyle, we love Kyle. Like Kyle is like, he's an amateur golfer, like he's a high handicapper, like he hits his 3-wood from the fairway so good.
It's
And
my
he can
thing,
hit
too. I'm
it
good at it.
190, 200. And that is the one shot I do not have in my bag at all. I really struggle with,
I'll actually say that's my best shot.
like, I
Really.
really struggle with, like, everyone struggles with long irons. Like, I'm not, like,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, I can't hit my 5 iron. It's like, yeah, like, you're a fucking high handicapper. But I do not have, like, yo, like, let's advance this 170 down the fairway. Like, I just don't have that. And my hybrids and my woods, I cannot get off the ground. Like, they do not elevate at all. And, like, I hit them, like, it sounds up. I hit them, like, solid. Like, it makes good noise, but it just, like, does not get up.
Dude, if you went out to a track, man, I think your like swing path would be like 17 to 20 degrees into out. You come like it's the opposite of like everyone else's problem.
Yeah.
Like everyone else slices comes over top. It's like impressive how inside you come from, and that's why you hit that massive slinger. But once you dial it, it's like insane off the tee.
Yeah.
But I think that's like affecting the way like you're getting the ball off the ground with your iron
Yeah.
play, and especially
coming
if you say
from-
the big left miss, it's just club face closes too early maybe, and
Yeah.
then I'm not really sure what it would be with the wood. Maybe just like you're not, I don't know, but
Yeah.
you come so far inside.
Yeah. But
which is not I wish you did.
No, because it's hilarious because Kyle genuinely everything is right. Like everything is right. And for me, everything was left. And Andy was saying all week, he's like, if we could just marry these swing paths, like you guys would be the greatest golfer of all time. Because like he was like, Kyle, like just try and swing how Brian like swings. But I think the thing is that I got a lesson like right before LP, and he like tried to fix my grip. And for the driver, it like is good because my driver, I'm like hitting it low and left, and he's like, your right grip needs to be more on the fingers.
Okay.
And
so
that
it was, what was it before that?
More like here, like my right
Yeah.
grip was like here. And he's like, you're just closing the club face and it just like going left. And I kind of like tried to do that with my iron swing and it just was not working.
Clicking.
But I was hitting like some good drives, like whatever, it's fine. And then I played on Sunday at Brentwood CC, shout out, good track. And I drove it really well. Like genuinely, like was hitting the ball high in the air and like far out there. I hit like one low and left. Some were like going right, but like high. Like I'll live with that. And I don't really focus on this, but I was really focused on keeping my left arm straight on the takeaway with everything other than wedges and drivers. Like wedges and drivers, I don't like left arm straight feeling.
But
for
with everything
reason.
else, you
like
did.
I like to be a little bit more loose, but I feel like whatever, some longer irons or like mid irons, focusing on left arm straight in the takeaway because I feel like it like leaves me less like flat kind of. Produce some really good swings and like 17th hole of the day, like par 5 iron, like absolutely like so high in the air. I'm like, I'm back. Like we're back.
My swing is very flat. Like I used to be way across the line at the top, like Xander. Now I'm like literally Nikolai. I'm so like Nikolai or Matt Fitz, super flat and out. But I shortened the backswing a little bit, which I didn't mean to, but I'm dropping it inside fairly easily and consistently.
You're finding the slot. The hand position and impact is good.
It is, yeah. So I'm playing a ton of golf. I'm playing solid. I'm like disappointed when I'm not flirting with like a good round. So I'm confident, which is great.
It's a good place to be. So what's your handicap at right now?
It's 10.1, and my goal for the summer was to get to single digit.
I think if we played, you're giving me 5 pops. Like I think it's a good match.
I agree.
Yeah, you got to come down to Bethpage.
Why don't you come down to me?
No,
you're scared of the Jersey Shore, dude.
Like I'm just like no. It's just like no.
Why do I have to come to you? I've came to you multiple times. That is
I mean, I
true.
guess that's fair. Like, I just don't know if the golf in New Jersey is that good, other than PV.
No, it's plenty good. There's a course. I wouldn't take you to a shit course. We could go play Eagle Ridge, a very fun course. We play some nice courses.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Devo, like, putting in the chat, like, yo, like, April 9th,
Middle
like, we're
Bay.
playing golf today. He's like, nah, like, I can't. It's like, dude, fuck
Nah.
off. Like, dead ass.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough.
Like, what are we
No,
doing? Like,
dude, I'm literally here for freaking another month. You got to come down for a
Yeah.
weekend and
I
experience
gotta
Jersey
check
for
my
one time.
schedule.
We won't go to DJs. I can tell you that, but we'll have fun.
What about Bar A?
We will go to Bar A. We will.
Russell Wilson asking, hey, do you guys have any Insta O fans, passes, hotties that you can rec?
A few, but I don't want to give them out live.
I've only subscribed to one OnlyFans, and it was Corinna Comp for like a month. Like, I'll vet.
I don't need. Is that the girl on Twitter?
Yes, girl. I mean, she does like a lot of things. It's not like just Twitter.
But that's the girl that you reply to on Twitter?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. How was it?
It was like $5, maybe.
No, it wasn't. It was a good OnlyFans though.
It was solid. I mean, it's not. I won't get into it now.
All right.
It's like, I don't think it's like worth it.
Okay.
Like,
good to know.
Even for like the small price you would pay. But great tib. Like, great pod. Like, definitely just gonna have a few glasses of wine every tip going forward. Like, just makes it a way better pod. Chad Eckert coming on next week for the BMW. We love Chad. He's a great guy. Haven't had him on this year. Everyone check out Matt's work at the Golf Gambling Podcast on Vincerix. Just two great platforms that Matt produces content on. Always enjoy reading your write-ups. You know, who could forget your JJ Spawn at 3M write-up? I've been betting JJ Spawn. Has he been good? No. But, like, we're going back. Adam, congrats on your winner for JJ Spawn last week. One of the greatest calls I've ever seen. Should I hedge? That was great. But yeah, Matt, great tip, and I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I always love to be here. Thanks for having me.
Again, we'll see everyone for Castle P Week. Matt will be out there. He's going to be hitting his pitching wedge 160.
Let's do it.
He's going to have some early leans. And, yeah, we'll see everyone next week. Not doing one for the Tour Championship. So we'll see you for the Press Cup or Fortnite.
Peace.